what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Let's start out today's video. Yes, you can see by the title, I did manage to get pro rank, and I did it off stream and off camera. I think I completed this basically just before midnight. I was grinding a lot. I was determined because I knew if I didn't get pro rank right now, probably wouldn't have had the time to get it in the next month because of course, like the holidays, and I'm going on vacation for a couple of weeks. So yeah, I needed to get it now. So I'm going to give you guys like my thought process behind these last two games in terms of like draft and in terms of overall gameplay. So this reminds me of what I used to do when I played competitive. Like, it's been a long time since I've like pre-recorded gameplay and spoke over it, so I'm gonna try and go through draft as quickly as possible here. But let's just quickly go through the bans. And so I think I banned Angelo just because Angelo is really annoying, and for whatever reason my teammates just never first pick Angelo, and he's just he's good into everything and hard to counter, especially a good Angelo player. They go with an Eve and a Nanny. So Nanny is actually really annoying in heist right now, and I need to start going more Nanny myself because of course the damage buff and then the supercharge rate buff. That means that you get more Nanny peeps. That means you can teleport in behind more frequently, and you just can't ignore a Nanny because Nanny can deal so much damage on the safe. So we're starting to see a bit more Nanny in a more control meta, but that does leave open some aggressive ideas. So I know straight away. So I've got a Crow here. I've got an Amber. Amber's good into Eve. Amber's kind of good into a lot of other things as well as a defender. I've got two control-ish brawlers, so I need some aggression. I can't really go another control brawler because they've got a Nanny, and they could potentially go with an aggro brawler themselves, and we'll just be stuck defending a whole game. So you guys know the rules with heist. You need an aggressive brawler yourself. So I've gone with Lily. Lily is half decent into Nanny. Well, yeah, Lily's good into Nanny. Nanny can definitely get some good shots onto Lily, but especially with constant vanish gadgets, I know I can be a problem, and Eve can be annoying for me, but overall I know I can get some pressures. They go with a Byron, which is very interesting. So they are clearly just going for the strategy of all-out control here, and they're going to try to shut down a Crow. So Crow doesn't really have any good matchups, to be fair to him, and I know I'm in for a bit of a problem. I don't really need the damage. I know damage is definitely optimal on heist, but I went with the gadget cooldown just because I want to be spamming the vanish gadgets as much as possible. So yeah, heist is it's a tough one. It is a very, I don't know, I never really, there's a lot of like strategy involved with heist nowadays. So you can see here with Lily, I know Lily's not the most skillful brawler, but what I end up doing pretty much every round is I try and switch up my positioning on Lily. I try and switch between where I'm going to vanish a lot of the time. So you can see there, Nanny just absolutely destroyed me, and this is where I kind of make my first kind of mistake, guys, with that first play. So although it looks pretty good, you'll see in the later on in the round why it was a bad idea. So the reason why it was a bad idea is because we lost control of this mid bush. That just means my two teammates, they're going to struggle to get up the map, and I can get up the map thanks to my vanish, but I'm also going to be farming some hypercharge from the Nanny. Nanny goes down. I think that was a bit dumb of Nanny to just pop. I know you've got the shield right, but just to pop your super right in the middle of the map, I got a free hypercharge, and I could just kill the Byron pretty easily there. I know I've got my vanish gadget as well. This is why I've got the gadget cooldown, guys. It's because the vanish gadget is completely broken. So again, maybe a bit of a mistake there. I thought I could kill my Nanny. That would have been a good play if I could have killed my Nanny, but I should have just gone for safe damage there and just allowed my supercharging circle to farm my super. So again, the Nanny manages to kill me, which I should have just stayed a little bit outside of Nanny's range. And again, I'm trying to get pressure, but I'm just constantly dying over and over again. It's a tough one. My teammates haven't really got the best of matchups, but again, another good super onto the Byron. The Byron's the brawler I need to be targeting as much as possible. We managed to get the Lily down. I'm going to pop gadget as well. Don't know whether that was a good play. I'm just trying to stall as much time as possible here whilst trying to get down that shield. And yeah, we've got a Crow jump here. Crow's in the pocket, so it's looking much better. But get Amber on safe as well. We need for me to go in, get as much aggro as possible, then my Crow to have a jump to follow up, and then my Amber to get some extra damage. So the Amber, by the way, played absolutely insane. So I pop hypercharge here. I know I could maybe kill the Eve, but I want to put myself in a good position to try and get this next shield down. So that was a really dumb gadget from myself. I think I was a little bit panicking there. And yeah, Nanny teleports onto a safe and gets the shield down again, bro. Nanny is so dangerous in this meta. And now because I wasted that gadget, I can't really get the pressure. And it's just not looking good, is it? It's just not looking good. Crow is getting absolutely destroyed no matter where he goes. So I don't know. I mean, this is a bad Crow matchup, but I still expect a little bit more. Like, I'm not playing completely clean, but I'm not playing horrible. Like, I'm still getting some good kills. I'm still getting some good pressure overall. And yeah, I was a bit on the edge here. I was definitely on the edge. I was like, okay, I need to do a little bit more here. A lot of time I do blame my randoms, especially on stream. I kind of let it get to me because there's a lot of people rage baiting in chat. But when I'm playing on my own, I'm like, okay, what can I do more to win as this game? That's like how you got to think in ranked a lot of the time. You got to have a good mental, you really do. So what I'm going to do here is switch up my strategy in terms of invis. So I'm going to wait for the prime moment, trying to go from grass to grass. But I mean, Eve just manages to scout me out there. But this is the strategy that I was talking about instead. I realized that the first engagement, yeah, it's kind of cool to just go aggressive a lot of time, but even as Lily, I always think to myself, okay, I can just constantly go in and die and get pressure, and that's fine, but I've got to be at least calculated with how I do it, right? So I'm definitely taking more of my time here. I'm going to go for the Baron instead and try and get some extra damage onto a safe. But as I said, the reason why I stayed in the grass there and played a bit more defensive is to allow my teammates to get control of this mid bush. Now we can just get more control as the game goes on, because as Lily, I can just get kills whenever. Again, I think I auto-aimed too much there. I don't know why I'm auto-aiming. Just, bro, I was panicking, okay? I was panicking in some moments. Most of the time I was alright, but in moments like that I was okay, I'm just spamming, I'm probably dead, right? But I had more time to actually get the kill there. So I get the super onto the nanny as well. Most of the time you don't want to defend as Lily, but I knew if I hit that, I'd get my super straight back. And I've got my hypercharge here. So hypercharge, I'm going to pop it early, going to go for the nanny, and with the extra speed that you get, I can juke nanny's attacks really easily. So maybe a bit of a wasted hypercharge there, because the shield, like, you got to use your hypercharges and super in a good moment, right? The shield was only like a couple of hits away from being knocked, so maybe it wasn't a time to pop my hypercharge and probably save it and just go for like a regular super play. But it doesn't really matter because we're still getting a lot of pressure here. Pop gadget here because there's just a lot of stuff going down. Nanny teleports in, but I think Amber is going back to defend that. Okay, they both trade each other out, which is huge because that allows me to get even more shots off on the save, and this is looking so much better. Like I said, Amber was playing so goated this game, like actually having the game of his life on the Amber, especially in a tough matchup. Like, Amber's good into Eve, but into a Nanny and a Byron, who both outrange Amber, yeah, pretty difficult. So here you can see this is an absolutely goated play. So I go with a hypercharge super to remove Nanny from her super, or his super, I don't know what's Nanny boy or girl, it doesn't even matter. And that allows us to just definitely like win this game. I think that was a good play myself. I mean, I don't know, we still had the next shield knocked, so it would have been tough for them to even win in that moment, but I just really like that play. I think using my hypercharge, knowing that Nanny would just again be removed from the super, and it's looking much better from us, looking much better. So now I need to win this, guys, because I've had a lot of trolls. If you've seen my Twitter post, literally I was 3 games away from pro rank, and on bridge too far my teammate went vision gear Carl. Well, before that actually they first picked Nanny, which Nanny is good on bridge too far, but then my teammate picks Piper with no hypercharge into a Nanny, who blatantly just picks Piper into Nanny. I mean, maybe the only situation is maybe shoot and start if there's not a lot of other snipers available. But he just chose to do it, which was just absolutely insane to me. And then Vision Gear Carl, like, on Bridge to Far. I don't know. Yeah, that's just me in a nutshell. And then, like, an hour later, I should have just dodged there, but I never dodge. And then literally an hour later, okay, Crow's getting absolutely destroyed. Yeah, the Crow stats have not been good this game. They've not been kind to him. In this moment, I was kind of panicking. Like, I didn't want to waste my super. I just wanted to waste as much time as possible. But yeah, as I said, like, I was 2 games away from pro rank. And then I think I was in like a half South American lobby, half EU lobby. And I had delays somehow. I just don't even know what happened. And then, like, my Amber just gave up. The enemy team picked Maisie. I don't know how we didn't win. And yeah, I had a win trader or just someone who had the worst mental you could possibly think of. So Crow gets a jump on a safe hit. So this is a much sweaty game. I've not really done the most this game. It's been, yeah, a bit back and forth, but we're not really doing too bad. I know Byron's got super here, but I'm still going to go in on him. I mean, again, probably got caught lacking there with the auto aim, but bro, I was panicking. It was late at the night. I was actually playing downstairs as well on my sofa, so yeah, I wasn't in my prime setup, okay? I wasn't in my prime setup. Alright, so now we've got 50 seconds left. We are down in some percentages, but I know we've got a high damage comp here. But again, my Amber is playing this so beautifully. I'm going to pop my gadget here. Try and get some extra damage onto the safe. And I'm just going to super onto the nanny because I know I can just get it back straight away. So, and here I pop Hypercharger, get the kill onto Eve as well. And I don't know why Byron just went onto the safe there. I mean, I guess he thought he had a big enough lead, but we're just playing this so well. Byron's still on the safe. If that was anyone else other than Byron, we'd probably be screwed. But yeah, the Byron is completely I don't know whether I'd say at fault for the loss, but he definitely shouldn't have stayed on the safe. He definitely shouldn't have. So yeah, that's going to be the second to last game there. As you can see, literally like 40 elo away from pro rank. So let's jump into the final game. All right, guys, jumping into the final game. Then we have high safe zone. So straight away, there's a lot of people watching in my Discord, on my club, and there's a lot of people I was seeing commenting on my stream saying that they're watching their leaderboards as I was going up. So I had a lot of people watching me here. And previous streams where I've grinded, I think I've only really grinded for like 2-3 seasons, but the previous streams, you know, on the final day, and I say I'm going to grind off stream, I never actually play off stream because I just rage quit. I'm like, it's not even worth my mental at this point. But for some reason, I just felt like I was going to get pro rank because my level, I just felt my level was just way better than before. I think it's at least returned to what it was in my wash state, if that makes sense. So like good enough to get the highest rank, obviously not good enough to become a pro player again. So again here, I'm thinking of aggro things to go here because there's a Byron and a Melody. Lily's good into both, and they picked their Lily funny enough themselves. So in terms of the draft, I think what they went wrong with is going to like aggro assassin brawlers. So this led for me to go the RT. Draco would also be a very good pick as well because with Draco you can get infinite pressure, and Draco is good into a Lily and half decent into Melody as well. But I thought like if Lily gets like if either of them brawlers get like a good hypercharge from any of us, we'd kind of be screwed. And Byron's not good on defense, so I think Draco actually would have been a good big brain play from Sufo, but I went with a Lily because with RT because RT's pretty much impossible to die with against a Lily. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I was locked in, but I still was a bit nervous, guys, just because I knew it was late at night and I've not got pro rank yet, and I was just like, bro, I can't mess this up. So I went with the RT. You can't really go wrong with that in heist. So I'm kind of blessed by the draft, to be honest. I've had a lot of bad randoms. I've had a few bad drafts along the way. If you watch my stream, yeah, I kind of went. There was a couple of, I can't remember. One was Ash. One was Mandy. I don't know why I went Mandy and Knockout. Like, yeah, I just need to stop. So, yeah, they get some good damage here. Again, kind of caught lacking with the auto aim here, but we get some good interactions. So my job here is just literally to play defense. It's nice and simple. My game is nice and simple. Sufo's definitely got the hardest role of them all. To try and get onto the enemy safe. Normally, I'm the one that's having to play the aggressive, especially off-stream guys. Like, I was constantly having to play like Melody, you know, Lily that you've seen there. I was always having to play the aggressive brawler, and if you guys know me, I'm just not a good aggro player. I'm just not. In my time I compare, I know that was like 3 years ago now, but I would always play the controls sniper type brawler. I would never play the aggressive brawler ever, unless it was Daryl or maybe a Bull or something. So yeah, maybe I need to work on my brawler pool as time goes on, but I think I'm getting a bit better. Like, my Lily gameplay wasn't completely disastrous there, so yeah, I'm just gonna teleport back here. Byron is gonna be one shot, and we're still doing all right. We're not doing perfect defense, but we're doing good enough for now. My job here is just to try and just tap the enemies as much as possible. Where did Lily go? Can't remember. Okay, she went all the way down at the bottom, which is fair enough. So I'm gonna pop hypercharge here because I know I just need to get Lily out of the equation straight away. And there I kind of forgot that RT could go on water, not gonna lie. I've not played RT on heist in a while. I should have just gone over the water and probably killed the Baron there. So another hypercharge Lily, which is looking pretty bad for us. So I'm just trying to stay as far back as possible here because I know I've not got my super available. Now I've got it available. Lily does pop gadget there, which is pretty annoying. Again, I'm trying not to feed Melody. Melody's going to try and go in and bait me out a little bit here, but I know with 2 sets of legs, it's going to be really hard for them to get any damage onto the safe. So, again, I'm just going to go up. I know I'm close to my super here, just trying to get some aggressive plays going on. Lily has to pop in Viz. Just nothing she can do because I've got my double legs set up. And there we go. That is going to be the first round going to us. So like I said, I don't even know whether I mentioned Sufo is basically a pro player in my eyes. I'm one of the few players in this ranked season where I'm like, okay, I've finally got a good teammate. Like I've rarely got, I think the only other time I've really got like amazing teammates is who was it? Meow. I think I got Meow twice and he absolutely carried my ass. Then yeah, I admit that. But Sufo definitely he's like good enough to make a monthly final. So that's when I was like, okay, I'm in business now. Finally got a good teammate, time to lock in. And so here again, like I think RT pairs really well with Amber as well, because you can mark somebody, and like brawlers that tickle the opponent are really good, like a Jean RT combination and RT Amber combination, because you can just constantly mark them up and then Amber can just constantly get that extra damage when she tickles them. So already getting one shield down thanks to Sufo and our Amber, which is perfect. Amber is proven to be such a good brawler in the meta again. I was going to put Amber in my overrated list, and then I just realized like in heist and a few other situations, Amber's still really solid. Like especially heist. Heist is the one game mode I think Amber is like should be your go-to brawler, because she's the perfect heist brawler in the sense yeah, we literally die here. I'm molding here. I'm like surely we don't bottle this. Surely we don't bottle this. Lily were kind of going crazy. Again, I wasn't really defending that well. As an RT, I should be defending much better. But as I was saying, Amber's like a perfect heist brawler because she can defend really well, and then she can get some good damage off as well onto the heist safe. So yeah, this is looking much sweaty this time around. I'm not really performing too well this game, but I'm still getting my slight taps in there. Again, Sufo nearly manages to kill the Lily, but my job here is just to sit here. It's just to sit here, try not to get dragged out of position too much, make sure that Melody can't really jump onto the high safe. I've got another hype charge here, and I think I press it aggressively. Yeah, go aggressive here. I'm going to kill the Lily. I'm going to pop super as well, knowing if I'm weak, I can just teleport back. I mean, this is a sticky situation here because there's just, yeah, it's going to take literally 3 shots to kill that Melody, and with the shield popped, but it looks like we have our teammates onto the safe and we're just going to take that win just like that. So absolutely love to see it. I mean, Sufo and Amber did absolutely fantastically that game, but I was mainly drafting that last game. Nothing absolutely crazy in terms of gameplay overall in terms of that, but that was just good draft knowledge, knowing that RT is a good defender against Miko and Lily, especially any one of those two brawlers. You know you can go the RT. So yeah, we finally get the pro rank, guys. This is long overdue. For the first few months of ranked, I didn't really have time to grind, you know, being a content creator. Even this season, I honestly didn't grind that much. Like most of my grinding was on stream. I think in the past like week, I really didn't like play that much overall, maybe like an hour or 2 a day. We absolutely love to see it, guys. So that's gonna be it for today's video. I'm probably gonna do a ranked guide video tomorrow to help you guys push up in ranked, but there you see it, absolutely beautiful, absolutely cinema, and just to see the profile as well. So guys, make sure you are repping the esports team that you're supporting before the world finals, guys. Of course, it's gonna be tried for me. So yeah, that's gonna be it, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.